Amid all the political tension in this midterm election year, there is some news developing this weekend back in Washington. The president released a statement just yesterday standing behind the Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid after some racially insensitive remarks Reid made during the 2008 primary campaign about then-candidate Obama were reported in a just-published book by reporters Mark Halpern and John Heilman. Here with us live to talk politics, the chairman of both political parties, DNC Chair Governor Tim Kaine and RNC Chair Michael Steele. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, David.
Let me start with those remarks by Harry Reid as being reported in this new book, Game Change, about the 2008 race. Senator Reid was wowed by Obama's oratorical gifts and believed that the country was ready to embrace a black presidential candidate, especially one such as Obama, a, quote, light-skinned African-American, quote, with no Negro dialect unless he wanted to have one, as he said privately. Reid was convinced, in fact, that Obama's race would help him more than hurt him in a bid for the Democratic nomination. Senator Reid quickly apologized. He spoke to President Obama yesterday, who, as I mentioned, issued a statement saying the case is closed on this. He accepts the apology. Governor Kaine, is the case closed? Should there be a consequence for these remarks?
David, I think the case is closed because President Obama has spoken directly with the leader and accepted his apology. The comments were unfortunate and they were insensitive. They were in the context of praising the senator and acknowledging that the senator could be a great president, but they were still insensitive. I think Senator Reid stepped up, acknowledged that they were wrong, apologized to the president. He's accepted the apology, and we're moving on.
Michael Steele, back in 2002, Trent Lott was ousted as majority leader for racially insensitive remarks. He, at that point, said it's Strom Thurmond, who ran as a segregationist for president, had he been elected president, that the country wouldn't have had some of the problems over all those years. Then State Senator Obama said at that point that Lott ought to be ousted as majority leader. Do you see a difference between then and now?
Oh, yeah, there's a big double standard here. And the thing about it that's interesting is that when Democrats get caught saying racist things, an apology is enough. If that had been Mitch McConnell saying that about an African-American candidate for president of the United States, trust me, this chairman and the DNC would be screaming for its head, very much as they were with Trent Lott. And the reality of it is racism and racist conversations have no place today in America. This term, like he's going to pass, for example, for white America because he's, got this Negro dialect that he can turn on or turn off, and he's light-skinned. That's anachronistic language. It harkens back to the 1950s and 60s, and it confirms for me a mindset that is out of step with where America is today. But I can assure you that if I had, as national chairman, said that, well, it's all behind us and he's apologized, let's move on, no one would be accepting that. There has to be a consequence here if the standard is the one that was set in 2002 with Trent Lott.
Is the consequence that Senator Reid should step down as majority leader?
I believe it is. Well, and from my perspective, whether he steps down today or I retire him in November, either way, he will not be the leader in 2011.
Governor Kaine?
Well, first, the senator said, Chairman Steele said earlier this week that the Republicans were not going to win it back, so Leader Reid's still going to be the leader. But I will say anybody looking at Trent Lott's statements praising somebody who had been a pro-segregation candidate for president will see that there is no comparison between those comments and those of Senator Reid's. Now, the senator did make comments that were wrong and insensitive, and he's apologized, but he made them in the context of promoting the candidacy, the historic candidacy.
You don't think
Senator
he should
Obama.
resign? You don't think he should resign?
Absolutely not.